Start. All right. Well, my name's Anthony Bainey, and I'm here with Marco. How you doing today?
Good, brother. How about you?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. We're going to talk about the 2024 election. What are your thoughts on the election so far?
Man, oh man. So far I'm not even sure what to make of it. A lot of anxiety, a lot of hopefulness, honestly, but I think it's kind of on track to where it should be finally because I don't know, all along I thought Biden was going to be a transitional president. So now that it's been handed off to Kamala, I think it's where it should be, and we'll see.
Okay. And did you vote in the primary or?
No, well, no. If there was a primary already, I missed it. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been kind of crazy with the career change, so if there was something I missed so far, then I missed it.
Okay, sounds good. And then have you been hearing a lot from people in your circle and your friend group and everybody else about the election? And what have you been hearing?
Yeah, a bit too much in some ways. I think that's why I kind of pulled off. I was so involved the past like 10 years of my life when I was younger, more rambunctious about it, that finally at this point I'm just like, you know what? Like it seems that we don't have too much of a choice. I really feel if there was a primary, obviously there was, that there wasn't much of an influence that we could have had, that these choices were already picked for us. But yeah, I feel like everybody's always constantly talking about it. It's just a little bit too much at some time. So I'm just trying to find a healthy balance with it.
Well, then that's pretty interesting. I mean, do you think it's mostly people that are younger? Do you think it's mostly people that are of a certain demographic in any way, shape, or form in terms of like gender or anything like that? Or
I would definitely say it changes depending on some of the comments that come out, depending on what the media like puts out. So when they said the cat lady type thing, of course, that got a lot of women involved for that like week or whatever, and things kind of hit a highlight. I'm not gonna lie, I've transitioned to be a teacher as of recent and a coach. So I've been working with a lot of youth. So even though a lot of them either can't
wow,
vote or they're just getting to that age of voting, it's been interesting to hear how many of them are interested, but at the same time, too, a lot of young people really aren't interested. It is what it is. And then again, I'm also surrounded by an older demographic, just because of like family and whatever. So it's a mix of about I'd say it's fairly even across the board of who's interested when and what kind of triggers them and gets them involved and whatnot.
okay. And have you seen any lawn signs when you've been traveling around, or any like hats or shirts or anything like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. The lawn signs I think are coming out more and more. They're much more prevalent now that we're getting closer to the election. I got to be honest, the vast majority of things I've seen up until very like now there is a push for Kamala as it came out within the past like month or so. But beyond that, I got to be honest, like yeah, everything I've seen has been basically Trump, and I think that their party has been much more they're more vocal in general. And I think it's also because things weren't certain. People weren't sure if Biden was running or what was going on and things like that. So,
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I haven't seen any Kamala signs, but I mean, it's been just the last week where she's been, announced and, picked the vice president yesterday. And how do you feel about the vice presidential picks for Kamala and for Trump?
so I mean, I'm gonna sound biased as hell. Anything with Trump, I just don't trust. Straight off the bat, I've heard a lot more negative things about Vance than I've had time to look into things with Walls. But when it comes down to it, like, and I hate to say this, the things I've heard about Walls, mostly as of now, and I haven't done my due diligence with research and all that, is even though he's a governor, like he hasn't been local, so I haven't known much about him. I need to look more into him. But the things I've heard about him has had more to do with him in Prince and like signing things in a purple pen and stuff like that. So unfortunately, I know that's kind of like the popularity thing that gets people going and stuff like that, but I'd like to know more about the substance, the actual topics at hand, things like that. So
Awesome. And any thoughts on any of the down ballot races by any means at all?
no, not too much. I haven't really made hard opinions either way. Like I said, I'd like to have an informed opinion before I make a decision one way or anything on anything. And as of now, I've been waiting until things have been kind of more concrete so I can be like, all right, let me not waste my time looking into somebody. It's always good to have as much information as possible, but I don't want to overwhelm myself. Like I said, there's a balance. So I'll definitely start checking into things a little bit more now that we're getting closer to the election. But up until now, it's just kind of waiting until things settle down a little bit.
Yeah. It's been interesting in our area, with Tim Kennedy being the congressman. It was a pretty kind of silent primary and pretty kind of silent special election. I think not many people talked about it.
I agree. I agree. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, like if more people had spoke about it, I probably would have gotten made like I would have put a little fire under my bum and got myself going. But yeah, I've been slacking on it, but it has been very silent. And I try to follow a lot of pages and things like that to like keep me informed and like whatnot. But yeah, for whatever reason, it's just kind of yeah slipped through.
Well, who do you think will win in November? I know it's a pretty far time away, but what do you think, seeing right now?
Oh man, I truly hate to admit this. I truly hate to admit this. As of now, I hate to say it. I think Trump has a stronger upvote. I think he has a stronger hand on the nation right now. It's not what I'd like to say. I hope I'm wrong, but also like I mean, obviously the popular vote isn't everything. The Electoral College is a big influence. So I don't know. I guess as of now, as it stands, I'm scared to say, but I really hate to say it. I don't think people are voting for Kamala. I think they're voting out of fear of Trump. So at least that's what I've seen. And yeah, so for now, I think as the cat maybe agreeing, I think it's going Trump. I hope I'm wrong, but that's if I had to bet, that's where I'm putting my dollar.
Well, I tend to think that you're right on that perspective. I've seen a lot of the energy in the base for the Trump supporters. But it's been great talking with you. I always love talking with you about, what's going on in the community and what's going on, politically. So
Same, brother.
have a
Same.
great night and, stay safe.
You also stay safe, man. Good to see you.
Thanks.
Take care.